Good afternoon. My name is Chelsea Blanchard, and today I will be presenting to you a methodology and textual analysis from my study entitled The Voice of the People. This project studied organizational productivity through content analysis of employee engagement surveys. To begin, the employee engagement surveys were distributed amongst employees at Allstate Insurance Company. The survey consisted of 8 questions that pertain to the satisfaction or dissatisfaction within the claims call center department. This is an annual activity that is presented to enable Allstate to gauge methods to keep its employees happy and measure the responses up against its level of productivity. The text. Access to the 2012 narrative results of the surveys were obtained through Allstate's intranet. They were available for public view. Within the intranet, there is a way to navigate to categorize the survey results. For this study, I chose my participants in order to create an unsegmented result. The results were qualitative. The participants were initially chosen randomly after being segmented by years of service. Of the 10 participants, 4 had 3 years of experience or less. 4 had 5 to 10 years of experience, and 2 had 20 years plus of service. There are fewer people in the department that have 20 or more years of service, so less surveys under this category were available. Once I had collected all of my participants' surveys, it was time to analyze them. I chose to conduct this study through content analysis because of its need to identify focuses and trends. Within content analysis, there were 2 aspects used to explore the text in detail. First, conceptual analysis, which is the method that examines themes within a set of data. The second was relational analysis, which involved taking the common themes presented in the survey and exploring the relationship between them and process a thesis on why these themes were reoccurring. My thesis was that if employees were engaged and happy, the organization may be more productive. The results. The themes that were presented in the study were recognition, employee benefits, pay rates, and training. According to Allstate 2012, the results of the surveys yielded an 82% satisfaction rate overall, versus its rating of 78% in 2011. CNN also reported that Allstate moved up in ranking on the Fortune 500 company list from 93 to 92. How are Fortune 500 companies ranked, you ask? The organization must produce $4.8 billion, continue to adapt to the changes in society, have long-term goals, and amongst the qualifications, place people as a priority and process strong ideas over capital. And this was stated by CNN 2013, article How to Become a Fortune 500 Company. It is likely possible that Allstate's up in ranking came from its care and concern for its employees' level of satisfaction. Interpretations. Carl Week's sense-making model discusses 3 major aspects in order to comprehend the results of this study. The first concept is enactment, in which the organization's members set the tone for the environment. In this study, the surveys allow for Allstate employees to demonstrate the type of workplace environment that they seek. It also allowed for leadership to reevaluate the nature of the culture within the department. The selection component is the method of communication used to relay the interpretation of the environment, which was done through these employee engagement surveys. Lastly, retention is when the information is successfully interpreted, the information is reserved for any future use. For example, if many employees were unsatisfied with health care benefits, Allstate could use these results of the survey to determine, when renewal time comes around, if the company needs to find a new provider. Organizational communication theory. To further interpret the results, the study can be examined through Likhart's principle of supported relationships. It is important to keep in mind that this theory seeks to hold self-worth, relationships, and communications as the forefront of any organization. Within an organization, communication is key. In Allstate's case, within the study, the chosen method for open communication was distributed through this survey. This allowed for employees to become incorporated with organizational changes and decision making, and helps build healthy relationships between employees, leadership, and management. In conclusion, the data collected from members of the organization is relevant in that the results drive possible changes within the company and forces leadership to make changes for the good of its employees. Measure, Boynton, and Measure 2014 explained that employees who are engaged in the workplace can make meaningful contributions within an organization. Meaningful contributions means meaningful development and yields positive productivity. Again, my name is Chelsea Blanchard, and thank you so much for your time today.